Good evening and welcome to SVG TV News for Thursday, October 13th, 2022. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. The government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines has announced the removal of COVID-19 protocols for cruise passengers during the upcoming 2022-2023 season. According to the Agency for Public Information, Tourism Minister Carlos James made the announcement to stakeholders at the 28th Florida Caribbean Cruise Association, the FCCA conference in the Dominican Republic this week. The FCCA conference, which runs from October 11th to the 14th, 2022, brings together leading cruise industry executives, government leaders and stakeholders to discuss tourism development and cruise operations, including safety and security. The API reported that Minister James told the meeting the decision was taken to relax SVG's health protocols for arriving cruise passengers following a period of low infections globally and low COVID-19 related admissions to the island's health facilities. During the last cruise season, SVG implemented protocols to facilitate cruise passengers, including safe zones established for vaccinated cruise passengers. For the upcoming 2022-2023 season, Destination SVG will swap those protocols with new relaxed health guidelines, welcoming unvaccinated cruise passengers for the first time in 2 years. As the island prepares itself to welcome new and returning cruise lines to its shores, and with the island's La Soufrière volcano now settled, the tourism minister reassures stakeholders and cruise industry executives that St. Vincent and the Grenadines is safe and free to explore during the 2022-2023 cruise season. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment has from Tuesday, October 4th, discontinued the daily publication of the COVID-19 statistics dashboard and update. Starting this week, this has been replaced by a once-weekly publication of the COVID-19 stats. The ministry says may resume a daily COVID-19 stats report if the COVID-19 situation escalates. Presently, there are 2 active cases of COVID-19 on island, with 1 hospitalization, that of an unvaccinated person. 72,875 vaccines have been administered to date, with 116 deaths from the viral illness. 16 students across St. Vincent and the Grenadines today receive free prescription glasses from Coates OECS as part of activities held to observe World Sight Day. World Sight Day is celebrated under the theme Love Your Eyes, and Coates' mission is to give at least 100 prescription glasses free to students across the OECS to improve their general learning experience. Speaking at a handing over ceremony today at the main branch in capital Kingston, acting senior manager Wendy Edwards gave an overview of the initiative.
Territory outreach initiative, through which we have been able to positively impact lives of several students. In previous years, we would have conducted and contacted the schools to identify students that were obviously in need of vision care but not able to afford it. The schools would have nominated the students, after which we would invite them to the branches to be screened and fitted for glasses. We understand that many families are faced with adverse economic situations. We want to ensure that we are doing our part. Students heavily engage via electronic devices and are exposed to blue light now. More than ever, we are determined to ensure that all students have access to proper eye care, and that's what Coates Optical is all about today.
Senior Education Officer in the Ministry of Education, Aldia Gumsdaya, thanked Coates OECS for its act of kindness to the students.
For this long-standing partnership that has borne many fruits. Hebrews 13:16 tells us Do not neglect to do good and share what you have, for such sacrifices are pleasing to God. In a world of scarce resources, the ministry is grateful for partners who stand ready to meet the needs of our students in a timely manner. At this time, we are rebounding from the socio-economic effects of COVID-19 and of the La Soufrière volcanic eruptions. Many families are experiencing financial hardships at this time. Even as I say this, your generosity resonates even more profoundly, for we are well aware of the impact that these two disasters had on the finances of businesses. So, your decision to initiate the Brighter View program, where you are providing free glasses for students to students whose families are unable to afford, is testimony to the value that you have placed on your corporate social responsibility.
Dyer said the initiative will not only benefit the individuals, but the entire Vincentian community.
But I am confident that the entire Vincentian community will reap from the seeds sown through this investment, not just now, but also in the future. Many students do not gain basic competence in literacy and numeracy because they have poor vision or poor eyesight. And so we encourage teachers and parents to learn the signs that students might display if they are not seeing well, and to refer them to programs such as these. And I am certain that that intervention can save children many agonies, even losing their eyesight. Children, I urge you to take care of the glasses that you will receive today. Glasses are very expensive. As you receive this gift on World Sight Day, know that you are blessed. You are blessed to receive such a gift. Again, I say thank you to Coach OECS for this timely intervention that will bring these students closer to realizing their true potential.
The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, the FAO, will on Sunday, October 16th commemorate World Food Day 2022 under the theme Leave No One Behind, Better Production, Better Nutrition, Better Environment, Better Life. Here on the local front, the Ministry of Agriculture will celebrate the event with the hosting of a ceremony and exhibition at the Park Hill Playing Field tomorrow, Friday, October 14th. Commencing at 10 a.m., a number of booths will be on display and will feature the exhibition of agricultural produce, arts, craft, horticultural, among other things. The ceremony is expected to begin at 2 p.m. and will hear from a number of keynote speakers. According to the FAO, World Food Day 2022 is being observed in a year in which the world has been adversely affected by multiple global challenges, inclusive of the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, as well as other international tensions, the COVID-19 pandemic, climate change, and the rising prices. The Ministry of Agriculture says the theme Leave No One Behind, Better Production, Better Nutrition, Better Environment, Better Life speaks to the fact that while strides have been made towards building a better world, too many people have been left behind. And by aiming for better production, better nutrition, better environment, and a better life, we can transform agri-food systems and build forward better by implementing sustainable and holistic solutions that consider development in the long term, inclusive of economic growth and greater resilience. Meanwhile, tomorrow, Friday, October 14th, will be observed as World Standards Day. The World Standards Day celebration is a means of paying tribute to the collaborative efforts of the thousands of experts worldwide who develop the voluntary technical assessments, agreements that are published as international standards. The commemoration of this year's World Standards Day continues to focus on the UN Sustainability Goals with the slogan Standards for SDGs The theme, Our Shared Vision for a Better World. In other news, the SVG police force is investigating the stabbing death of a prominent businesswoman on Union Island in the Southern Grenadines. Dead is Sharma Adams, who was reportedly stabbed in her sleep at her home in Clifton, Union Island. She was rushed to the island's health center where she succumbed to her injuries. One person is said to be in police custody assisting with the investigation. Adams provided supermarket and food services on Union Island. Sanctions dominated the road march competition for this year's Miami Broward Carnival. Gamal, Skinny Fabulous Doyle and Short Problem Child James captured the road march title with their collaboration Danger. The road march title goes to the artist or artists whose song is played the most at judging points. Problem Child also took the second position with Insurance, and third place went to Chow Minister and Shower with In the Water. As the Miss SVG pageant 2022 draws near, SVG TV News will be featuring the contestants vying for the coveted title. Contestant number 7, Jada Ross, says Vincentians can expect nothing but the best from her on the night of the pageant on October 29th. The 21-year-old aspiring professional athlete, actress, and media influencer sees herself pursuing her dreams in the spotlight, entertaining people across the globe. A couple of weeks ago, Ross, a resident of Prospect, was fully engrossed in performing 1,000 acts of kindness throughout the East St. George constituency. As part of her community service project, Ross set out to redefine her central theme, community beautification, and from all reports was very successful at it. At the Meet the Media session last evening, Ross said though she experienced some challenges executing her community project, she was still able to accumulate over 1,000 acts of kindness and place smiles on a lot of faces, and that she plans to continue the project after the pageant. The confident young lady sees herself taking home the Miss SVG title, noting that she has put in the work to be the best.
It's my first pageant, so I went into it expecting everything to be new, and it was new. I must say, everything was new, guaranteed. The entirety of the preparations, it entails a lot of hard work, willpower, because some mornings I would wake up and I'm like, at 4 a.m. I'm like, do I really need to do this right now? And I would heavily contemplate that for about 10 minutes, and I'm like, okay, get up, get the day started. And it takes a lot of intrinsic motivation to really get up and get out. Those are my biggest challenges, is sleep deprivation. Honestly, I would really love a full 8 hours of sleep. There have been many constraints along the way. Actually, I've been more physically ill than I've ever been in my whole life. I got sick 3 times this year. Tell us about your project. Okay, so my community service project was centralized around the theme community beautification. I decided to take an approach that was not just about the physical embellishments that comprise community beautification, but to focus on spiritual beautification, social beautification, any way in which beautification can be derived.
What have you learned from doing this project?
I have learned the art of being kind to others and patience because I had to work with children as well. I do see myself continuing to do acts of kindness within the community of East St. George and throughout St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I will encourage them to continue to remain focused and read. Anything that you don't know about, anything that you're unsure of, it takes little to no time to just go on the internet and search for anything. It is your best teacher, if not the most informed teacher that you can find.
Can Vincentians expect from you?
They can expect my authenticity, because I very much believe, and it is a part of me, to just be myself in any way I can, in every way I can, and they can expect a remarkable performance, and just for me to be growing and glowing and highlighting St. Vincent and the Grenadines for the magnificent country that it is. To the persons in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, gem of the Antilles, West Indies, I am coming to you from SVG TV. I am contestant number 7, Jada Ross, for this year's Miss SVG pageant, and I hope to see you in the crowd on the night of October 29, 2022.
And student nurse Shadini MacLean, who is currently pursuing a bachelor's degree in nursing, says preparing for the Miss SVG pageant has been hectic as she balances school and getting ready for the show. MacLean is, however, confident in her abilities to take home the title of Miss SVG 2022. The 21-year-old, who was born in Stubbs and now resides in Argyle, is an avid netballer and member of the Maple Netball Club. She is also a strong advocate for youth empowerment and has been involved in organizations such as the CARICOM Youth Ambassadors Program, the Stubbs Police Youth Club, and the Junior Chamber International St. Vincent and the Grenadines. As part of her community service project for the Miss SVG pageant, MacLean focused on entrepreneurship in Argyle. Her project was dubbed Vinci Biz Hub by South Windward and was aimed at promoting businesses and services offered in the area, which she plans to continue after the pageant.
For you.
So far, very hectic because I've had to balance school and preparation for this show. But overall, I would say it's a very fulfilling journey. Well, first and foremost, the most obvious fact is that we haven't had a pageant for a few years, and this year's beauty shows committee has invested a lot of time and effort into recreating what pageantry is like in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So personally, I would like all Vincentians to experience that, so they should absolutely come out and see what we, the contestants, have to offer. My support system at the moment is very strong, especially within my team. They are behind me every single step of the way to encourage me to make sure that I'm on track, as well as the nursing faculty. They are also behind me 100%, and I'm deeply appreciative of it. The theme of my community service project was entrepreneurship development, and the initiative that we created is dubbed Vinci Biz Hub. And essentially what we're trying to do is create a singular platform where all clients within South Windward, who's traveling to South Windward, can access information about different businesses and the services they offer, as well as all the goods that South Windward and its entrepreneurs have to offer. We wanted it to be a project that we can continue even after the show. So after this 29th of October, I will continue posting and promoting businesses within South Windward and by extension St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
What should people expect from you?
The best. The best. I am hoping that on the night of October 29th, that when I step on stage, everything that I've been training for comes out in my performance. So it is going to be an exciting show that I would encourage anyone not to miss.
How confident are you going in?
I would say very confident because I have a goal in mind and I don't want it to be derailed by me being too nervous.
We will bring you two more of the contestants in tomorrow's newscast.